live under the Saturday Night Lights. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. Damn, I turned right to it. North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. First child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you might have seen what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Looks like plenty of you watched my latest live video, to be honest. What was that about? The mirror dimension of the heavens and the hells. I was trying to find in my Dante cards the levels of the heavens and the hells, and I never even checked the beginning of the book. But later, God heard me, and he posted something on, I think it was like Instagram or Facebook, and I was able to describe the mirror dimension, I suppose. And then we talked about Samael, and that was cool. I'm kind of holding on to that thought while I'm going through a paradigm shift, but at the same time, it's turning me dark. Really? We talked about the archons last night and how the darkness's job is to make man fall. It's their job. You fall. It's funny. And I always make jokes about it. I don't talk too much about the whole situation as the goddess of hell. I make jokes. Oh, what brought you? Well, let's have a laugh, and there's the way out. It's kind of how I feel about it. We're all in hell. I tell you all the time I'm in the lowest level. But I go through the tree as everyone does, or as all of the divine beings do. I got real sour on the fact because it's like, well, the hopefulness, the shining light at the end of the tunnel is Samael, God sending me an angel of death. But that's because that aligns, you know what I mean? I need something in my life, is what he sees this as, and that's great and all. But the whole point of it, as I was talking about, is the evolution. You know, I can't move forward with any of my twin flames because of exactly what I said. They can't give up shit of the fucking material world. They're exactly the cursed mankind. They're cursed by the darkness they're just pathetic. So that's why I said I'm getting into a dark place with it. Because that's where we stood. These pathetic beings. And so, yeah. It's hard to be Christ-like when you see them like that. It's hard to be forgiving when you know what their true nature is. When you've seen them be tested and fall. When you know that they're absolute fucking slime as human beings. You know, Kanye West, Russ, fucking Lewis, fucking Marshall, fucking Bobby, Wolfman. They're absolute slime human beings. They care nothing but the things of this world. They have no virtues, they have no integrity, they have no honor, no purpose, no inspiration, no love, no light, no anything. They're like soulless motherfuckers. Really? Partially it's, you know, you could say it's the Matrix and they're asleep and everybody is such things. And then again, I told you it can become so absolutely negative. So it was kind of dangerous. It took me into a danger. Not backwards, just remembrance. Remembrance. Lucifer wanted to be... Lucifer wanted to rule them. Samael wanted them destroyed. It's a vengeance kind of feeling. It's that the audacity The blasphemy of your being is the energy this dark angel carries. And it's my own energy, but it's dangerous. It's like 10 notches of the Queen of Swords. Really? It's the Kali. Untamed. That's how I mean, it's like, fuck. It's hard to keep your heart open when it's filled with fire like that. Realistically, you're supposed to give them chances. You're supposed to be forgiving towards humanity. That's the shift of mindset. Yeah, I know what they are. But God says, and that goes back to motherfucking Russ. I don't give a fuck what you say, God. You cannot prove, by no instance of his being, can you prove that there is anything of the divine or a soul inside this human being. This human being lacks all divinity. But there's nothing to say there's anything different from Marshall or Lewis. Fucking Allie. They literally crave and chase and desire and long for the things of this world. Like, they're so fucking addicted to the idea of the things of this world. We could take each of them and I could show you. So in the sense of the archons and how this all works, it's like you're the prisoners of my Savior. My job is to sneak you out the back door. While they're testing you, I'm supposed to teach you how to pass the test and, sneak you the fucking, you know what I mean? The fucking answers. But it doesn't matter. You can't make a man virtuous. That's a card in here as well, as I'm seeing. Really? Something else negative has been kind of going on. What is it? Just shadows. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me not say that. These men are the most low vibrational men in man's creation, right? So that would include their mental and emotional status. Really? Yeah, they're fucking idiots. They're immature idiots. Is the nicest way I can say this without completely demolishing every one of their broken brain cells. As the psychological fucking spiritual psychoanalyst that I am over here, evaluating all of that pattern recognition and all of this shit, I am telling you, these guys are mentally distorted. Even Russ, did you say that on a song? That you take pills and and drink? Didn't we talk about that causing you a limp dick? How is that inspiring, bro? It's just as disgusting as Allie. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Oh, God, help me. They're supposed to be men, aren't they, though? But it's just distorted feminine energy inside of men. And it's so, like Bobby and his it's just a mirror. It's the most ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Which is what? My passiveness in my fucking relationships. But to see a man in the position that I was in as a woman, it's just so damning. Like, how could you be such a bitch in your marriage? And then I look back, I was like, because you're a bitch in your marriage. You guys relate to this bitch-ass shit in a marriage. Jesus Christ almighty. And then we could go over and look at fucking me and Marshall. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Then we could look at me and, oh, Jesus Christ almighty. I can't not love you because you are me in a man form. But you know how sad, how much, like, the level goes down even, like, to see Wolfman out there being a hoe, like a hoe-ass hoe, trying to use his feminine sexuality to fucking dominate women. Bro, you're losing your hairline. Your lips is chapped and you're on some fucking... Okay, stop. See what I mean? I'm getting ugly. And that's where it is. It's like, don't let out mean words. I can't help but love you. But you must understand why I don't like you. Because you choose of your own free will with the full knowledge and wisdom that I've literally shoved this in your face a million fucking times. Russ, did you just go buy a Ferrari? Why do you do this every year? If I asked you why you got it purple, you're going to tell me because it's your mom's favorite color. Do you know how sick you are, bro? Like, do you not see your patterns? You bought yourself a car for your birthday. You bought the Ghost last year. You're pathetic by so many means. By all means. Like, I am in full prayer, dude, I swear. My hands are in prayer. My eyes are closed. I am like in such prayer, holding on to this light of Christ while I am talking to you guys. Because I am so trying to talk to you as God's children and not just the pathetic slime of humanity that I've ever seen in my entire life. You justify all of the hatred that the divine had towards mankind. The waste. You are literally the waste of humankind. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Kanye West. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Logic, Bobby, whatever your fucking name is. I am so fucking talking to you, Royce. Mike Stud, put down the fucking candy and let the little boy go, bro. I'm talking to you. I see God with his hand open in the light that you were, right? You're this little light. And he puts you in a womb. And he has the greatest plan to make you a Martin Luther King. A fucking Michael Jackson, bro. A Kobe Bryant. A leader. He has all fucking intentions to make you a powerful fucking expression of him on this planet. And this is what you fucking come out as. Okay, don't feel bad. Because there's so many of you. You're all in the same field. There's like a million of you fucking punk-ass rappers. I mean, on all kinds of levels. I can't even believe it, bro. This morning, my Holy Spirit took a ride. Dre didn't die. He's still asking people for a GoFundMe on his cancer. So he still needs people to pay for his family when he does die. So I saw that on his page. Then all of a sudden I saw Raj, who was my producer. On Raj's page, there was a picture of this chick. What chick? A fucking chick that works here, bro. That I used to be cool with until I started accusing them. I started accusing them of taking the fucking donations, and she got all crazy with me. And ever since then, we didn't talk. And I go in and I click her page, and she's trying to be in the music. And my reaction was not the nicest, but I remembered what it was like to be a beginning artist. But I looked at her and the fact that she was tied into all this bullshit and works here at the shelter, and I was like, Jesus, God, you are so funny. Going back to that, like, you're, what, a rapper? So am I. So are we all. Fuck did you rap about this fucking weekend, Russ? Going to a bar that reminds you of a girl that's no longer in your life that you take pills for and drink about? How's your girl feel about that? That's right, you took pictures of you and your girl on dates and stuff and tried to act like that wasn't a fairy tale story. Either you're fucking fantasizing over some girl that's no longer in your life, or you made up a whole fucking story like you always fucking do. Either way, you have no fucking sense of fucking credibility, like always, and you call this authentic artistic fucking creativity. Please. And thank you. I love how you tell everyone you take pills and drink. And then you come out last weekend talking about, I don't drink, but I'm on my way to go get some alcohol. And I'm this, and I'm that, Okay, fine. You got Marshall. Fucking 60-year-old, fucking 50, fucking 3, whatever. Pick a fucking number, it doesn't matter. He's never gonna grow up. That's what happens when you test tube babies and don't make them from the heart. Nobody wants to take care of test tube babies. Kanye don't want to be no dad. Adam's job is just to raise Adam's children. Provide for Eve and those damn children. Oh, God. I am so ready for whatever this fucking new thing is. I do believe it's going to be a little bit dark. And I have confirmation to that because Steve's Love Tarot talked about some new person coming in and you making all the wrong mistakes. Said, you know what? It's about time. I've created no new karma. I have spent nothing but 3 years cleaning up past life karma. That's all I've done. I've had no fucking fun. I've broke no fucking rules. I do everything fucking exactly what God says, crying and kicking and screaming. I need somebody to come over and get me in some trouble. Why? Because trouble is fun. Realistically, if I'm going to spend 55 fucking years just cleaning up past life trouble, don't you think I should have at least some life trouble? I mean, seriously. Realistically, yeah, I'd say. He said, what did he say? Something stupid. Some just purple fucking colored shit. I was like, whatever, bro. Fucking the flame burns brightest, or burns hottest when it turns purple. So that's what we're about to do. We're gonna fucking purple rain this shit. Realistically, I mean, if I was attracted to a bad boy, you would never know with the fucking feminine energy I'm keeping around me these days. He was a Knight of Wands and came out as a whole emperor. Oh shit. He takes action and has a hard dick, like all the time, like is ready to go, like it doesn't need all that. Shut the fuck up. Who is this guy? He wants to get into some trouble. Trouble? I'm gonna do shit I don't normally do? Sounds like an adventure to me. Who's this guy? Fucking ride him pony. We're gonna ride a horsey on fucking... Start this horsey around. No more fucking jackasses. Seriously? Yeah, I'm a little negative. I'm going through a paradigm shift, which is totally new reality. And I'm going through this kind of, like, when I do that, I just, like, yeah. And that's what I was reevaluating. I was like, God... These guys will give in to anything. You're so fucking pathetic. Pathetic-ass mankind. Like, I could set you up. Catfish, tease you, whatever the fuck it is, bro. I know what all your guys' weaknesses are. And it's not even, like, that's on the surface, bro. That's on the surface. That's not even talking about your drug addictions we don't talk about in public. Your fucking weird porn habits. All that weird shit you guys be doing, bro. You guys are fucking weirdos. It's up to you to make a change and be like, you know, and that's that fucking moment in Seven, in your 7 deadly sins. It's like, when you're sitting there masturbating like a fucking lunatic, do you ever just look up at yourself and be like, damn, I'm a whole ass fucking lunatic? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're just sitting there all by yourself like this can ritual act for you. Just sit there making love to yourself violently. And the picture of what? Another man's fucking body part? Yeah, I called you out on that last month, pornographers. And we know what you're looking at, you fucking Now you wonder why we question your sexuality. Well, what's getting you off over there, guys? Gals? Oh, God. I feel like I'm taking a ride down Brokeback Mountain. Anyways, going on. I want these cards off of my deck, and I want to move on with my life, and I gotta, like, clear this out. Really? Well, we talked about this yesterday, and it was about the power of manifestations and thoughts and how they create and how everything starts. So the first card up there is the Seed of Life, right? It's beginnings of change. There's no reverse aspect. That's what they say. The Seed of Life has 6 circles, spheres that complete one full rotation around one circle or sphere. This geometric configuration forms a beautiful 6-petaled flower. It is sometimes referred to in Genesis pattern because of the book of Genesis says that the creation was formed in 6 days. Yeah, I love this story. I was born on the 6th day, and he took a rest, and then all of a sudden the rest happened. The Seed of Life is the key to understanding the expansion of new energy, information, and light as it enters conscious. That's it. I can give you a new thought, but it's your old thoughts and your old ways that don't let you change. Really? Yeah. It takes self-discipline to understand nobody's pushing you to be a better person. You become aware of one of your habits that need to change. And now you have to sit there and enforce this change regularly. I used to say this, but God said every time I say it, I feel a little condemned, so now I'm trying not to say it. And yet sometimes it'll come out, and I'll keep that from saying that. Things like that. It's changing your way because you become aware that your way wasn't always right. You tend to look like a fucking hypocrite because now you're not doing the things you used to do, but it's just a conscious thing inside of you that makes you aware that you need to change. It's not somebody outside of you telling you to put the fucking drink down. It's one day in your fucking head, it's gonna click. Hopefully. Or you're gonna drink yourself to fucking death. That's always the option. Happens to a lot of motherfuckers. My aunt literally drunk herself to death. Really? Yup. Kidneys, liver, whatever the fuck. They had to pump her and whatever. It all goes out. It's not meant for that all the fucking time. But, if you never give into that thought, you never consider the thought, you never take the action, you never fucking discipline yourself to stop drinking, then drink yourself to death. There's many of you that have died by the drink. And it's something that simplistic, bro. It's like one day you decide, you make a conscious decision that you are going to change something about you. And this is going to take hard work on your part. This typically happens on a Friday. It can happen any day where God makes you aware. It's called a tower. He makes you aware that something in your life is destructive and needs to change now. Which is in essence giving up something you love or you're part of in order to be better. It's only a voice inside of you that comes from your heart that makes you feel bad and makes you feel condemned and makes you feel, obligated to do something about it. But if you don't want to, which is your motherfucking free will, then stay cursed and low vibrational. Nobody's going to come in and fix you. You've got to fix you and change you. Or people like me are not going to fuck with someone like you. I was like you. I was worse than you. And God said, hey, you should probably grow up and stop doing that. Oh, but I like it. Yeah, but you're going to need to stop it. So just stop it. It wasn't Dr. Phil. It was God. And he made me aware. Every time I did it, it made it worse to do, and I didn't like it. So I consciously had to start making changes. Ta-da! Pulling this card marks the beginning of a change in the progression of your inquiry. As I see this, I see someone like Bobby. It's like, bro, are you ever going to change? Like, you just keep thinking that way? Like, this is the way you think? Like, nobody could ever make you... And that's Kanye. Can't tell you nothing. There's no one that can break the fucking hard outer layer of your forehead. to get into your brain and put a new thought so that you could live a new way. It's like this is how you're going to live and die. It's called matrix thinking, mass consciousness. You all feed into the shit. You have this plan in your head that this equals that, and this means this, and this means that, and this means happiness, and then we're done. You're content with dying. You're trying to get to the end so you can die happily. But nowhere on this road are you happy till your death. You're going to work yourself to death or something. For me, you have left the security of the center, of home, of the known, and are seeking new ways of looking at the world. So in doing so, you've begun the pilgrimage that will lead you to greater understanding of who you really are. You're so busy still trying to figure it out. The longer you spend establishing who you are in this world, you'll never know who you really are. The longer you spend trying to be an Aries, trying to establish your identity, which is the first part of this fucking wheel, the longer you spend trying to prove yourself Marshall Mathers and show everybody who Marshall Mathers is, or Eminem, or Slim Shady, or whoever the fuck you call yourself these days, whatever fucking name brand you put on your forehead, the longer you spend trying to show people what you are, the longer you waste finding out who you really are. You're too busy projecting an image that you want people to see you as and not discovering who you really are. You can't put it all on and take it all off at the same time. That's not who you are. That's who you think people want you to be. You dress that way, whoever you are. You put your clothes on before you leave outside because you think people will like what you're wearing. You don't put it on because you like it. You put it on because you think they will like it. You cut your hair so that people will like how you look. You go to places where people like to go. All of this is called people pleasing. You're trying to gain the admiration of people by the projection of who they want you to be, Russ. You don't want them not to like you. You need them to like you. So you're missing it already there. You're already on a mission, the wrong mission. Your job is to find out who you are and start liking you. The parts that you hide that you're sure other people will not like. That's who you really are. But you're denying who you really are to be liked. So you'll never know who you really are. You have come to the path of a seeker. You are beginning an adventure that may become the passion that will fuel your life's work. And that's what I did. I documented the exploration of myself, the taking off myself, which was taking off the conscious self and becoming the soul, by nothing more than following the soul's guidance inside of me, which was the heart. Doing everything that my heart said allowed me to become me. I had to fight me to be me. My heart was telling me to do things for the betterment of me, and my mind was afraid to do it, but every time I did it, I allowed myself to be free in what I knew I could do, or I could be. There is much information entering consciousness at this time. Listen to messages of your higher self. Now, even that, right now, stop. Am I my highest self? No. I can't put all of myself inside of myself. It takes layers of it. And that's integrating all of my past life knowledge and wisdom that I gained from every time I was ever alive. I reclaim that every day. By living again, I bring all of that back into me, but I'm not my truest, highest self. That's what we shoot for every day, is become more of myself. And especially take notice of the synchronicities that are at work in your life. Pay attention to what attracts you. The more you tune yourself into the workings of the Spirit, the more you will lead to discover what you need to do, what you need to know to create your dreams and visions. Take heart and know that you are at the beginning of an exciting journey towards self-actualization. That's what science calls me. It's the highest level of consciousness. I'm self-actualized. Well, no, I'm past that. What's beyond that? Transcendental, where you've transcended the entire consciousness. Self-actualized is knowing thyself outside of the conscious self. Beyond that is what I am, transcendental, where I've transcended the conscious understanding of myself. I'm a transcendental being. That's deep into scientific understanding of the mind. We're still dealing with you and your mental illnesses, guys. Realistically, yeah. No! I'm not going to do this with you all night. I said no. Sorry. No. You guys have a mental illness, so that means already you don't have a stable consciousness that works at a normal frequency of mass consciousness. Already there's something wrong in your mind where you can't access typical conscious ways of thinking and being. How do you plan to go from a broken mind to a super mind? You just stay on the medication and keep talking the problems and they go away? Is that working for you? How long have you been in therapy? How long have you been on medication? How long have you been diagnosed with a mental or emotional illness? What are you doing about it? Or you're just going to live with this disease till you die. That's what they told you, right? You're sick. You have an incurable disease, which in essence, if we're talking about mental illness, that means you're absolutely contagious. Your mental illnesses are going to cause mental illnesses for other people around you. The way you think is going to affect the way that other people think when they're around you. Right? But the medicine doesn't make you better. It doesn't change you from thinking that way. What does that? You do that. The trip to self-actualization is actually understanding yourself and where your thoughts and feelings are stemming from. Where did you come up with this thought? Why do you think in such ways? That's the beginning. I've been through the beginning to the end, and that's what got me here. It all started with me questioning my thoughts. I had a personality disorder. It all started with fucking Bobby. I didn't even know I was sick until he called and I watched the battle of my mind go off. He remembered things, and I tried to remember, and then I realized I had no memory. It wasn't till this son of a bitch reached out to me that all this happened. I am grateful but hateful towards every single one of them for the pain and sorrow and confusion and manipulation and the coercion and the flat out disrespect each of them have shown me through this whole trip. They have done nothing but abuse our twin flame connection to make themselves feel better in their pathetic lives. And no matter how much they come and take from me, they're still fucking pathetic. There is absolutely nobody in humanity that can give humans anything that'll make them better. There's not a pill, there's not sex, there's not nothing you can give these men or humans like these men, which is actually just a conscious way of thinking, anything that's going to make them better. This is a free will choice to be ignorant and unwell. It's a free will choice to walk around pissed off or depressed. It's a free will choice to be unhappy. You're like, no, I didn't choose this. You choose to dwell. You choose to think about the things that make you unhappy. You choose to stay in the things that make you unhappy. God has shown you ways. You're not that dumb. Your mental illness doesn't keep you from the imagination and possibilities of a different way of life. It's your fucking heart or your spine that keeps you from fucking taking action. And that's what I mean. You're nothing but distorted feminine feelings. Without action, which is from the masculine force, without any masculine energy inside of your broken feminine feelings, you guys are not moving anywhere. You're moving in broken feelings of chasing. Each of you, it's like, what are you chasing? It's all the same thing. Let me find the word. It's almost like identity. You're all chasing identity. It all comes through what you're chasing. You know what I mean? Lewis is chasing identity. What? To say that he's a person, which is what? 8-time world champion? He's chasing an identity. You're chasing an identity, not a dream. None of you are chasing dreams. You may have dreamt about doing the job that you're doing it, but how long have you been doing it? Now it's a fucking nightmare. This isn't a dream. It's a job. And most of you suck at your jobs. Which means that, was it ever a dream? How could this have been a dream job if you suck at it so bad and it brings you no joy in your life? I'm looking at Wolfman. This wasn't a dream. It was something you caught on to, and you suck at it so bad. If you cared about it, you would be spiritual all the time. You're just a fucking tarot reader that rides around using it as a way to travel. But when you travel, you do nothing. If you took these people and you put them in teenage versions, like put them in teenage versions of their body and look at and put them in work, you could see they've never evolved. They have kids and stuff, but like Justin Bieber's still fucking 13. He hasn't evolved. He grew facial hair. He can drink alcohol, but he did all that when he was young. Like, what's the difference here? They didn't evolve. You haven't matured. Not mentally, emotionally, because you don't even know who you are. You're still trying to establish yourself amongst your parents, amongst your girlfriends, amongst social media. You're trying to keep yourself relevant. You're trying to make yourself something to the world. Why? Is that your... whatever. Moving on. Okay. From there goes... there's a lot that happens, but then from the seed spouts the flower, right? Language of silence, language of light. This pattern, called the flower of life, is one of the universal pieces of sacred geometry available to us. The figure is found flash burning into granite on walls of the Osiris, the Temple of Resurrection in the Abydos, Egypt. Also found in more than 18 countries around the globe, from Turkey, Tibet, from China to Yucatan. The flower of life has imprinted in its wisdom upon humankind. It represents a lattice of pure life force, containing our cellular memory, and it becomes the matrix of all matter. Your cellular memory. What are you trying to remember? Shit of this life? What lives in your DNA? Your grandma's recipes or something? Again, you're like a teenager. You're like, I'm gonna live the best life ever. None of you grew up. Okay. You were asked to imagine this pattern existing as a three-dimensional holographic image made up of 19 interlocking spheres. You may even wish to draw this beautiful shape using a compass, blah, blah, blah. The flower of life is an Akashic information system, meaning it contains records of all that was, all that is, and all that can be. What are we talking about? This one over here. I hold the Akashic records. How did I get there? I mean, it's not something I hold in me. It's not a library. It's not a book. It's played out, to be honest. The Akashic records live. It's like saying, you know what I mean? It's not something filed away. It keeps living on in the 10-day energy and all of that. The Akashic memory plays. The energy moves on to another place. We talked about that last night. All of the fallen angels did their same job in a different dimension. And they did it again, and they did it again. As a goddess, this is what I've done every fucking life. The only thing I didn't do, and that's we break all this time, I was created to be the mother of his children, of God's children, you know what I mean? And so that's what I didn't do. So instead, I still was the mother of the children, but I never gave birth to the children. That was the curse, right? But if you watch me, I still tried to play mother and have children. That was the curse. It was like he made me to be the mother and children, but I didn't do it with Adam, so then I continued to play this out throughout time. But I was never going to be happy unless I did it his way. Really? Yeah, you can see that play out with my fucking twin flames. That's pretty funny, isn't it, though? I'll just marry this one instead. It's that old saying, the grass is greener on the other side. Now, if you're sitting there as a dragon, setting everything on fire everywhere you go. Anyways, your Akashic records, it's whatever, your stupid patterns. The message it offers are both intimately personal and universal. Open your awareness to the knowledge contained herein, and then listen to the responses you receive. Trust that what comes to you is of the light and meant to be of assistance in achieving your highest good. As the blueprint for all creation, the flower of life will always have something new to teach you. There's no reverse to this either. What is it? Life. All life connected. Really? Yep. And then let's go on to the fruit of life, which is abundance. This card takes us beyond the flower of life. By removing the 2 circles around the flower of life and adding another full rotation, we find the design that holds within the pattern 13 circles known as the fruit of life. And that's what you want to have, is the fruit of the spirits. These changes in the design have unveiled another layer of wisdom. The pattern holds complex information systems and is considered a female gateway. Pulling on this card suggests that the fruit of your labor and intentions, abundance, has entered and is about to enter your life. And that's where you can sense it. You can't see it, but you can feel it. I told you guys I was moving. I told you all this shit was happening before it actually happened. You can sense it happening before it actually gets here. If you pay attention to your feelings. You don't know this because you're not recognizing your feelings. Simplistic ones about you're unhappy. How the fuck are you going to feel the planets moving and your destiny coming when you can't even recognize that you're unhappy? How are you going to feel the fucking spirit of God on you when you can't even feel your own spirit? And you hate when I come and tell you how unhappy you are. You want to tell me how you've got this figured out and you are happy. Just because you're living a life doesn't mean you've found a happiness, loser. And you're going to tell me that it's in all your fucking shit. Russ, where are you going to park this car, bitch? He doesn't even drive. And if you ever see him in any of his cars, they're always dusty. Not like I've cleaned my car. That's really what I need to do. But I'm just saying, it's like I'm not driving a fucking sports car either. I literally lived out of my car. What's your excuse? I can't believe you. He's such a weirdo, bro. He's such a weirdo. He's trying to compete. I made this whole thing about fucking Lewis not being able to drive a Ferrari, and he wants to come out here and get one. You're gonna be the first one to fucking need a fucking clutch fucking repair, dude. You're an idiot. God. They're made for old people. You're so whitewashed, bro. That's what you are. Fucking Malibu's finest. I'm staying kind of quiet right now. Hold on. There's some evil words building up inside of me. God told me to love you, bro. I did that, bro. I did that, bro. I did that. I became Christ-like and was able to show love to the most disgusting human beings ever created by God. You can't take that away. You are what you are, and that's what it is. But who cares? It doesn't matter, bro. I was able to overcome myself and what you are to extend Christ's love, dude, in this life. I was able to be that, bro. That's all that matters. It don't matter if it didn't help you or nothing. That's what we're all called to do. To be able to be Christ-like with the most disgusting human beings that ever existed. To be all forgiving and understanding and cry for them and pray for them and ask God for mercy on their behalf and teach people that, their afflictions and blah, 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 blah. God damn, I came far. I am so, it don't matter if you never change, bro. I changed. My ability to be kind to a fucking street rat like you, bro. Like, there's not even... I came from the hood, man. I came from the fucking Calles de Tijuana, bro. I've seen shit, bro. The fucking grimiest places and the most sickening things I've seen humans be and do. I've never seen such filth of humanity like I see in you guys. I seen a man that used to dumpster dive. He was on heroin. He used to go dumpster diving. One time he found a pocket pussy and he washed it off and he said he was going to rent it to other homeless men. That is the most disgusting, ghettofied, fucking unbelievable, horrifying thing you could ever think of. And yet that doesn't come nowhere close to your day-to-day habits of look at me. I watched a fucking 17, 18-year-old girl fall asleep with fucking needles hanging out of her foot all the time. She'd do that shit all the time. I would hold a mirror for an 18-year-old man that would shove... He couldn't even find the fucking... He had no more veins, so he had to use the ones in his neck. And I'd have to hold a mirror while he sat there with a fucking needle poking his neck. And even that wasn't as disgusting as the shit I watch you guys do on the internet for attention from human beings. Like, the level of slime you human beings are. And yet I was still able to get past myself and be an expression of God to... There's a word for you in the Bible. What are they? Leprosy. Lepras, something like that, like something like leprosy, like, ugh, like, don't make me go in there, they smell funny, I'm gonna get sick. It's worse than the fucking lion's den, bro. These are pus-eating, fucking, filthy human beings that dress up real pretty, but they're the most disgusting human beings underneath these clothes and these false teeth and oh my God. God said love you. I had to fight real hard to close my eyes and close my mouth and just go in there and love. But I did it. I love the unlovable. My heart is playing real hard with that. Why? Because I just had so much hatred towards mankind. You're so disgusting. And I saw it in you, and I was able to see past that. Only because of the pain and suffering was I able to see past your filth. And with that gave me the ability to see past the filth of the homeless shelter I live in and all other people's filth. I don't see the filth of what they are. I see their pain and suffering. And their filth can be forgiven because of what the world, I was going to say God has made them. You're filthy, disgusting human beings. And you raise your children to be such things. They're arrogant. They're fucking material little monsters. They want the nicest things, and they want to make fun of people that don't. And they're picky, and they're snobby, and they're bratty, and they're bossy. Ugh. They're just you. And you're breeding them to be like that.
Oh, hey, who already opened my mail?
I can't stand it. But I still showed you love. I'm really proud of that. That's where I am. I'm in this really crazy place right now. It's like, don't go back to the dark. Don't go back to the dark. I felt that way. I feel that way. I'm justified in how I feel. It's what you need to understand is understand your feelings and where they come from. My feelings come from a true place. I choose of my own free will to see it as Jesus tells me. And I choose to take that battle and choose to see it his way instead of my own understanding of what you are. I choose to see it his way to bring peace to myself and kindness to you. It is a battle. It is a battle to show you kindness, to compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. But I've got to a place with him, I carry that so widely that I apply it in every area of my life. But with some, it gets harder and harder. It's like, be more Christ-like, be more Christ-like. I did this. I became Christ-like by this discipline it takes to do this. It's easy to take it off and forget and go back to being very hateful towards you. It's in my true nature to just loathe you. You're not divine, not of the dark and not of the light. You're nothing but flesh-eating parasites that have come to consume anything of this world that'll make you appear to be successful to others. Suggest that the fruits of your labor and intentions, abundance has entered your life or is about to. Abundance comes in many forms, and you are cautioned not to get caught up in thinking only abundance is the monetary kind. True, as you find your life's path, the reward will flow easily in the areas of finance. I spent 2 days fighting it. Again, I had to fight that mindset when I took 2 days off of work, only to turn around and get ready to quit this fucking job in the sake of my future. I tried to explain that to you, but nobody's listening. You think more money makes you more powerful and makes you happier. You're never going to catch this. Difficult times will fade, and you will have not only plenty for your own needs, but enough to offer gifts to those less fortunate circumstances. The maxim, as you give, so you receive. An absolute true form of standpoint of your current situation. I just keep getting blessed. It happened today. I got my paycheck yesterday, and then today I got my loan. But she said, this is an easy fix. I can actually fax this over. She's like, but it's gonna take them a while. How long? I don't know. But there's another $900 that's coming from the state. She was able to fix that. We still don't know what's going on with my federal taxes yet, but I still have money coming from them. I'm working, so I'm getting paychecks. Money is just flowing in. Is it flowing out? Not so much right now, but it will. We have needs. You know, all of this, most of it was coming in for specific reasons. And that's just what it is. It's like I wasn't chasing money. I was open to receiving money and doing what it took to receive it. That's what work is. You don't understand. You have to change your mindset. And realistically, abundance isn't money. I'm getting it in all different ways. I needed money for things, right? But the things are coming to me too. The things are coming to me. So, you know what I mean? I didn't need the money. The money was only to get the things that I needed. So I'm getting the things plus the money. And that's what I want to show you. And I tried to explain that. It's like no amount of money is buying me a man. And no amount of money was going to get me in this house. Actually, not having a job makes this better for me. Again, for the dummies in the back that don't know how this works. Subsidize goes off of your income. If I go in there with no income, then my lease for the next year is going to be based off of that income. I will have to pay the rent based off that income. It's smarter for me not to have a job under my circumstances, the way that God has created my circumstances. And that's why he's giving me all this money before I don't. And I told you this would happen. To hold me off for when? January, February, March. I said this before I got the job. And a lot more came than just the job. And a lot more will come after the job. Really? Yeah. And that's it. It took me 3 years to break the poverty mindset. I cannot break this with you. That is so much further in the self-actualization process. Really? Yeah, you can't just become a billionaire mindset with the way your mind is right now. Sorry, that comes much later. Really? Much later. Anyways, there are many other types of abundance: beauty, love, friendship, hope, growth, to name a few. In all things, abundance there exists a nourishment that feeds your needs and asks you to go beyond yourself and share with others. Is your garden producing more than you require? Do you finally have enough time to spend with loved ones? And that's it. When have you made enough at work that you could spend some time with your family? Then maybe you need to quit your job. As I say this, I'm looking at Bobby. I can't even. The message is one of unselfishly sharing. Sharing your abundance is spreading light. There's no reverse aspect to this card. Abundance is always available. I said that to somebody earlier today. I was like, where I'm going, I'm sure they have other applications. I can give you the places that I know that are open. You don't have to be in my circumstances to get into new housing. It's on, it's based on your income. I know places because of where I'm at. I have a navigator that knows there's openings where you don't have to sit on a wait list. That's the only difference, right? So I'm sharing that information with other people because, other people are in, that's where it all comes down to be honest, housing. That's why that's what the plan is for me to win the lottery, is to build affordable housing. Which in essence, how affordable? Free. Pretty much. Really? Yeah. It's only not free to those that don't want to work in the community. Those that choose to work outside of the community will have to pay to live in the community. But otherwise, no, it's community service-based living. For real? It's a whole blueprint. I'm not giving you the whole blueprint. But that's what it is. The cost of living costs too much and people can't live. You spend more than your rent is, it used to be 55% of your income, which left you with 45% of your income for everything else. That used to be the numbers. I'm sure it's worse now. I'm sure it's closer to probably 65. I'm seeing 62% of your income goes towards rent or mortgage or something like that. Your bills, cost of living. So it doesn't give you enough to eat. It doesn't give you enough for livings. It doesn't give you anything for spending. It doesn't give you any money to breathe. So if we eliminate all that money that you're putting into housing, now you can live happily. And if you don't have to put so much money into housing, that means you don't have to work so fucking much. And the point of you not working so much is so that you could be available to have good connect your family and your friends. You're struggling to have a life because you're paying for that life. This whole thing, this whole journey I took was to show that in the beginning. I was a very independent woman that worked too hard to keep my life going. And God wanted me to live easier and have someone there to help me. And so I had to give up my way of life to trust that He could provide for me. And it's been a long, arduous, painful journey of trusting God and that He could do such things. But here I am, and He has done it. If you remember back, and that's what I told that girl today, about a month ago or 2 months ago, I said that I was feeling like, I needed to get out of here, but God said, the new company is going to take care of you in probably up to a year. Didn't necessarily say the new company that was coming here, but He said that, and that's what's going to happen with this new company. He's given me such peace. Not freedom. I know you guys think I'm free, but I do everything that God says. I can't do anything on my own. I don't even have the thought to do it. Really? Yeah. So it's not about the freedom, but it's about the peace. To know that my bills are paid, that I am secure, and that I can continue to do my career and manage that with even a part-time job or less. He made it possible. Now, again, I had to humble myself. And I don't want to make you think that I'm not living in low-income housing. In order for this to happen, I had to go back to low-income housing to get this opportunity, which means I'm humbling myself again. It's not going to be the best neighborhoods. I'm not going to be in the best, There are also going to be low-income families that live there. But that's also realizing, I had to get my mind straight. I used to think I was better than such people. And those are people that, you know what I mean? And that, again, is like having compassion, understanding, forgiveness for thy neighbor. Quite literally. Realistically, stuff like that. I had to be super humbled to start all over again. But now starting not on my own back, and especially with the right mindset. And I'm not starting with nothing. I've built a lot to get to where I am right now. I have full stability coming in. It's already here. Realistically, yeah. Yeah. It's hard to believe, but it's not, because that's what I believed for all these years. For watching, it was like, I don't believe this shit. They didn't. And I was Job, and people kept watching me lose and lose and lose, which wasn't lose, but sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice to get here. And now I'm here, and I swear to you, I get a brand new house, a brand new car, all new furniture, all new clothes, everything I ever gave back, He's going to give me all new. Not what I gave up, but all new. I get a better car, a bigger house, a better life, and something I had given up on completely, which was a man. I gave up on the possibility of a certain life. And when I started opening up to that and doing the work to receive it, then so shall it be. Marshall has got a lot of work to do if he wants to ever have that dream of having a woman. He gave up that dream a long time ago. For him to have a happy family and a fresh start, to do that again in this life, he's going to have to do a lot of fucking psychological and emotional work. A lot more than what it doesn't come with a song and dance. He's going to have to sit there and do a lot of it. He's going to get out there and have to test himself with people. He's going to get out there and have to date and get scared. He's going to have to retrain himself around women. He's going to have to do all what I did. Or just give up and say it wasn't for me. I was no good at relationships. Closeness, children, sex, none of that's for me. It's a choice, a fucking mindset. But if you do decide that this is something you actually want in your life, you got to realize it's going to take a lot of work on your side. And when you get out there, you're not going to be so good at it because you ain't been doing this your whole life. It's going to get messy, and you're probably going to get played quite a few times fucking around like this. These people have been playing games with each other for fucking 20, 30, 40 fucking years. These are new generations of players, bro. They don't even play the games we play. We used to send mixtapes. These motherfuckers are playing mixed signals and shit. They're playing fucking mind games. You know what I mean? We sent real love. They're fucking sending love bombs that destroy in your face, and you're sitting there all fucked off. These guys are fucking deadly fucking... These people, dude, these people are deadly in their pursuit of love. You gotta be careful fucking around. But doesn't mean you don't get out there, because not all of them are trained to do such weird shit. Not all of them are on fucking sex sites and shit. Seriously? I mean, most of them. I think that'd be a scary thing, right? When you first date someone, show me your abs. Ooh, Jerry. Really? Yeah, see? Right away. What the fuck are you hiding? You're on 7 dating apps? That's desperate. How come you can't find a date? How come you work that hard to get a date? Seriously. That shows a lot. That's a fucking... It's not about a player. It's a suck-ass person in a relationship. Obviously, they suck. They can't play at all. They're playing every fucking app they can get a hold of. Really? I'm just saying, bro. You want to know what a person does? Check out their apps. Really? That's what I say. They spend all their time on their phone. See what they're doing. Sorry. I could fuck you up. God fucks me up all the time. Really? Yeah, we have some fucked up mindsets. So that's where it starts. It starts and it grows and it becomes unbearable. The awakening is what it is. Really? Yeah. How does it start? Your heart, listening to it and doing what it says. Should I tell you a story? I'm going to tell you a story. I know this person that was a booster. What's a booster? A person that steals from department stores and then sells them back to people. Right? Well, they don't do that no more. But yet they're still tempted. And it's like, it's hard for them not to steal. They want to, and they're good at it. But they tell themselves, I shouldn't be doing this anymore. Sometimes they'll still steal some stuff. And they'll be like, well, you know, it wasn't for me, it was for someone else. Whatever the case may be. Yeah, I am. I'm just about done. And so, nobody told them to stop, and nobody caught them. It's just a choice that they make every time they go out. They're tempted. I could just steal this. I don't have to fucking pay for this. Because they know how to steal and they can save their money. They know how to not pay for this. But they have to have that battle inside of themselves and say, no, I'm gonna pay for this. They're really great at stealing, but they choose not to anymore. Now imagine you could have anything and you never had to pay for it, but now you're giving up your money, and that's a battle. This person chooses that battle every day. I'm not saying they never steal. I'm saying that they have to make that choice every day to do something different. That's what I mean. You do that in all areas of your life and you really become very different. It's like, this is what I always do. This is what I do with everybody. This is how I do it. But then God says, don't do that with this person. No, God, but this is what I do. Not with this person. Try to be different with this person. So you start to be different with this person because your heart is asking you to. And now you see a different reaction. So you start to be different with other people. It starts as one little micro to the macro. One little change has a huge change. Really? Mm-hmm. But you're constantly trying to be better. Every week God shows us an area of our life where we need to discipline ourselves better. Don't say that. Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't act like that. Stop thinking like that. All of those little bitty changes add up to where you become an absolute changed individual. But it doesn't happen overnight. It's constantly you kicking your own ass every time you forgot that you changed this. Oh, I don't say that no more. Oh, fuck, I forgot that. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, I forgot that. And that's really it. It's breaking your patterns, breaking you to become a better version of you. Where does this better version come from? It's a voice inside of your heart. It's your conscious that says, Jiminy Cricket, let your conscious be your guide. It's an angel in your shoulder telling you to be better. And your mind is saying no. When you start fighting this righteous battle, it never stops, but you start becoming better. Until then, you're no better, bro. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. If I can look at you and you're still doing the same shit you did in your fucking 20s and teens, you got the same behaviors, the same reactions, you drink the same drink, you wear the same fucking clothes, you live in the same motherfucking house, you're no better. When you got that, okay, to all of you that own a house, when you fucking bought that house, did you really think you were gonna die in it? You were thinking about dying when you made that decision? Did you think about forever in that house? When you got that job, you thought about forever? I'm sure you did with that person. We see things in terms of forever. It's very parasitical, and it causes very unhealthy attachments. Not everything is forever. I've yet to find anything forever. Okay, you know what lasts forever? Fucking laundry and dishes. And trash, obviously. Really? Other than that, I can't find too many things that last forever. Really? Promise. Promise. It changes. It changes form. It should. You should be changing. The way you look, the way you talk, where you live, the job you do, the people you date, how you dress. It should be changing with time. You should be evolving every year. You should have grown a little wiser. You should have changed a little bit. Gained a pound, lost a pound. You know what I mean? Something should have changed in your life. New year doesn't happen like that. New year, new me, that doesn't happen like that, and it doesn't happen in the gym during January. You know what happened to me today? I'm going to leave on this note. It's the weirdest thing, and I gotta look this up. I've had the same shoe size since I was a teenager. Right? Which size do you wear? I wear a size 10. My mom wore a size 10. Both my sisters wear a size 10. It was weird enough. My mother-in-law wore a size 10. So it was just a common size in my family. So sometimes, depending on the designer shoe, I will get a size 11 because they're tight. Right? I have a fat foot. It's white. Flintstone feet. Realistically, kind of. You and your foot fetish. I don't know what that meant for you weird people out there. Anyway, so I typically will go up a size. And today I was shoe shopping, and I must have tried on at least so many different shoes that were 9s and 9.5s, and they fit. I was so fucking confused. Are you serious? I have never tried on a 9.5 ever, and yet I tried them on, and I was like, what size are these? And I was like, they're not even my size, they're small. So then I tried on another one. How does that happen? I don't know. Does your feet get smaller when you get older? I know you do. You tend to shrink, right? As you get older, you get thinner, your skin gets thinner, you get, does your feet shrink? I just want to point that out. You should be changing. Every year I change. I get more wrinkles. I get something. I'm changing. You're supposed to change. You're not holding on to youth. You're holding on to immaturity. Emotionally and mentally is where I'm trying to point out. You can dye your hair white, but you're still acting like a fucking kid. How can we raise the future? You haven't grown up yourself. The children, the earth angels, the new generation, are raising us. They're literally going to be changing your diapers in a couple years, people. Some of you. Really? I mean, it could happen. Alright, well, that's it. I don't even know what to call this. Again, I don't mean to be... I'm dark by nature. I am a light worker. I am being brought into the light. Just like every dark being that has been in the dark since the eternity. It is painful being walked back into the light. The remembrance of light and leaving our dark ways alone is kind of difficult. It's fun to be dark, but it's much more important for us to be the light during these dark times. Okay? I'm hearing Michael Jackson. You want to make a change? It starts with the man in the mirror. One change at a time will change you and everybody around you. But you have to take action. Make a change. Don't stop thinking about it and do it. Okay? Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye and goodbye. Oops, wrong button. There we go.